Greetings everyone, Depressor here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on setting up a personal VPN for yourself. So I am a part of the Destiny community on Xbox and on PlayStation. This can also really apply to you, and the reason why you would want to set up a VPN to begin with is so that you don't get DDoSed or your IP pulled and then put on a website, etc., etc. This has been an issue ever since the start of the game, launched in the back of 2014. Bungie has done peer-to-peer network, and as a result, people have been resorting to DDoSing for a really long time. And personally, I'm really fed up with it, especially since the summer and this time here in fall. It's been getting really, really, really bad and really out of hand. Specifically with streamers, because people can jump into their chat and then DOS the enemies that are on the enemy team or DOS the streamer, etc., etc. It's getting so ridiculously out of hand, and it's stupid, and I'm really tired of it because I need to be able to do my just play the game and enjoy it and not have to worry about this. So if you're someone that's in my position and you really want to get this cleaned up and you just don't want to have to worry about this crap at all, then this is the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just go over what you need. Oop. All right, so I've got a list of things that you're going to need here if you want to do it this route. So there's going to be just a list of things that you're going to need. So for starting, you're going to need an Ethernet connection, either wireless or wired. Obviously, we're playing on the internet here. So if you choose wireless, the closer to your modem, the better, or sorry, your router, the better. So you have a more consistent connection to it, obviously in networking. Um, Now you can do this off of a wired connection, and you're gonna need to have a double Ethernet port inside of your computer so that you can able to transmit this. But I'll get into that in just a little bit. Um, so you're going to need just as I mentioned, you're going to need a computer or a laptop. And if you're going to do this wirelessly, you're going to need I'm going to say like a pretty good wireless card, anything that can do up to at least 30 megabytes a minute is preferable, but more is always better. Um, I know for a fact that when I use this VPN, I get anywhere on my card, specifically if anywhere between 30 to 35 ping when I'm on the VPN. So it works pretty well and pretty consistent. So the next thing is you're going to need to purchase Nord software or your VPN service. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this specifically with Nord. I also have a Nord link down here that I'll share all the links in the description with, but I'm going to use Nord because Nord is a pretty darn good service. They hide your IP, um, they protect you from DDoS attacks, etc., etc. So it's really nice. And if you're going to go that route with them, definitely use Company Man or Hush code at checkout so that you have a discount on their stuff, and I would opt to go for the 2 or 3 year plan so that you only have to pay roughly 4 USD a month for the service. You can do this VPN stuff with other VPNs if you wish, but the way I know how to do it is with Nord, and that's what we're gonna go with. You're gonna need obviously an Ethernet cable, and it's gonna have to go from your computer into your Xbox. I and if you're gonna do a wired connection into your computer and then wired out to your Xbox, you're gonna need two ports for that. So just keep that in mind when you're gonna be doing this kind of setup. And yeah, so all these links here, I'm just gonna go over them quickly. So the guide setup just basically tells you this is it right here. So this is just kind of like what I'm going off of and what I use. Then you've got the Nord link here. You go to get NordVPN, and then the 2 year plan is probably the one you want to go for. It's pretty cheap, and you can also put in a another discount code on top of that, so you're saving even more money, which is super fantastic. And then this is a Wi-Fi card I put in the link here too that you can use, which is pretty good. And I don't have the link here for the Ethernet cable, but you can figure that yourselves. So let's go ahead and jump into the setup. Alright, so here we are at my setup here. So we're going to go ahead and plug in all of the hardware stuff right now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to unplug your Xbox for the time being. Now, this looks like this is in, it's not, it's just kind of out just a little bit. So it's not turned on. And you don't want it in all the way just yet too. We'll get to that shortly. So you want to get your Ethernet cable and then plug it in. It's right here. And now I'm going to go to the computer here. This is probably going to look really rough since I got to kind of really go in on this. But I've only got one Ethernet port inside of my thing here. There it is at the bottom. A little closer to that. Then you're going to want to plug that in right there. It's all snug. So you got the connection between both. It doesn't matter if the computer is on or off or not, but at this point I have it on, so it doesn't matter. But make sure that you don't have your Xbox fully plugged in until now. So I'll go ahead and do that, John. Slide that in, and we'll get back to it. Okay. So just one quick note, I messed up in the IRL video right there, is don't plug in your thing right away. Don't plug in your Xbox right away. I did that, but just don't do it just yet, guys. Just hold off for a second, okay? And I'll do it. Anyway, so we're gonna go. So in this case, we're going to pretend like you installed Nord, you set up your password, etc., everything, and then you have the app. So we're going to go into the app here, and I'm just going to disconnect from this just for a second. So you choose the VPN that is relatively closer to you. I live in Canada, so I'm just going to connect to a Canadian VPN, and then I'm connected, and now this is all working good here. So internet should be working fine. Pull up Twitter, and I am good to go. So I'm fine with that. Now we're gonna go ahead and establish the connection to the Xbox. So type in network. Should pull up your settings here, and you're gonna go to network and internet. There'll be a whole bunch of things here you can press down. I just do VPN, and then change adapter options. So now I'm going to just quickly explain all these things in here. So this is like your network connections that are in here. This could be a lot different for you. You could have 7 of these, you can have 3 of these, you can have 5 of these. It all depends on what you've had connected before in the past. But so what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for one of your computer Ethernets. This is the one in our example here that I'm going to be using the Realtek PCI Ethernet port that we're going to be using to transfer the internet and the VPN to the Xbox. This VPN here is an old one I used to use, don't use it anymore. The Tap Nord, I used to use this sometimes, not anymore, don't worry about that. But the Nord links is the thing you're going to be we're going to be adjusting here. And also, obviously, your internet connection, whether that's Wi-Fi or wired, you obviously want to be connected to the internet while you're doing this. So yeah, so now we need to get internet inside of this cable here. So what we're going to do is we're going to left click on it, then right click, and then go to properties. Then you're going to go up to the sharing tab, and you're going to hit allow other network users to connect through this computer's internet connection, which is what we want. Click that, and then you're going to select the connection that you're going to be using the Ethernet out of to go into your Xbox. So in my case, it's just the Ethernet with no number on it. You do OK, and then bam. So this should say Nord links shared, and this is shared to this Ethernet here. So um, now you go ahead and you plug in your Xbox, your power specifically. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I am going to boot up my Xbox. Okay, so now we're back here. And now we're going to make sure that my internet is working properly. So I got a lot of the ads and stuff that popped up, which makes a lot of sense. I can see that my friends are online, which is good. So we're going to just go into the network settings just really quick. So you just go into settings. You can go here like this, then the general tab, the network settings, and then you're going to look on the right here and it'll say wired IPv4 and the NAT connection is moderate. Now, I don't believe that there's any way that you can have the NAT type set to open with this kind of connection because it's going through your computer and the VPN. It is going to be moderate, but moderate is enough to give you a consistent connection to the internet and Xbox services. Now, I'd only say that the only really negative about having a moderate NAT type is because um, on open, you're able to match like a lot more people, but on moderate, it sometimes will pick and choose who you're gonna match specifically. But that being said, there you go, you got it done, and now we're on Xbox and we got a VPN connection. So um, thanks a lot, guys, for your time. I hope this really helps you out because to be really fair, I'm getting really fucking tired of getting DDoS and if you're someone like me, I'm sure you are too, and it's fucking bullshit. The one last tip I have for you guys too is if you're gonna do this route, I recommend calling your internet provider and getting your IP changed, and then having this IP go through, or sorry, this Nord service go through, and that way you have your new IP covered under this. You can't get DDoS under it. You don't have 16-year-olds pulling your IP. So it's just bullshit. But if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can go ahead and leave it down in the comments. If I missed a link, I can throw it on a comment as well. But I can help you guys there with anything that you guys need, any questions or anything like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, the press it out, Guardian.